YouTube, good morning and welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Leadville 100 Prep, and today I'm going the wrong way. Hold on a second. Alright, let's try that again. YouTube, good morning and welcome to episode 5 of the Leadville 100 Prep. We are just about 10 weeks out from running the Leadville 100, and today I'm going to take you with me on a 25-mile trail run on a 1.5-mile loop around this lake in my town. Boring? Yeah, that's the whole point of it. So this video is going to cut to me inside. This is before I got into the car because I had to be quiet since everybody was sleeping. So we're going to head back into there. All right, we're back to the room. I got to be quiet because people are sleeping, but I look so tired. Here's what we're rocking with today, shoes-wise. We're going to break in, because it hasn't rained in like 2 days. We're going to break in the Tevas. I don't know why you would make white trail shoes, but we're going to rock with it. So I'm going to try to get as many miles in as I can with these, see how these feel. I'll bring my Mafatis in the car just in case. But we're going to try these out. I was on a call with a dietitian, and she was saying about 30 minutes before I go, 2 scoops of cyclic dextrin carb powder. That's 50 grams of carbs. And this is the part that kind of threw me off a little bit. She told me 3 scoops of electrolytes, 1,500 milligrams of sodium, which I understand. So the reason why you want to have a lot of sodium is because sodium is going to allow your body to retain water a little bit better and distribute it to the muscles as needed. The more you have. Now, there is a thing as too much sodium. And this is why long runs are for testing fueling strategies. If this works well for me and I feel good, we're going to keep it. We're going to check it off. We're going to mark it up. We're going to keep it. But this is what's going to be in this bottle here that I'm going to be finishing 30 minutes before I go. So I'm going to start drinking that now. Now, a little tip for either intra-fueling or even before, get water that already has natural electrolytes and minerals in it. Splendor water. It has calcium, potassium, magnesium, gold, silver, etc., etc. Naturally occurring at the source. Instead of filling up with regular water, double down and make it better water. That's just a little tip. You don't have to drink it like every day, although you always want to start your day with electrolytes, and this is a great way to start it. But if anything, you get something like this, and I'll put my code right here. You get something like this, and you throw it into your let's say like pre-workout mixture, your pre-race mixture, your morning of mixture, anything like that. And I'm probably gonna throw this into my bottles as well, the ones that I'm running with. All right, now that we got the drink mixture out of the way, the thing we wanna do next is carbs. This should be done an hour and a half prior. That is not gonna be the case today. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. You're gonna focus a lot on intra-fueling, but what we're gonna be doing is bagels, 30 grams of carbs. I got the one that was fewer carbs. This was an impulse decision yesterday. Don't worry about it. Get one with more carbs. We're going to put a bagel with butter, and then on top of that, we have a Cliff Bar. This Cliff Bar is going to be 44 grams. It's 74 grams of carbs, and then if I finish this, that'll be 134 grams of carbs. And then, if I want more, which I probably will do, Rice Krispie Treat, 17 grams of carbs to top it off. So we have options here. But right now, we're going to get this bagel in me quick, Cliff Bar in me quick, and try to sip this water as much as I can on top of some caffeine, get the body going, and try to go to the bathroom before I get over there. I'm going to go over my intra-fueling as soon as I get all this done. All right, let's get into intra-fueling. I don't even know where I'm starting. Okay, 3 gels. I'm probably going to do one every 45 minutes, I think, because I'm also going to be having 4 Rice Krispie Treats on me, and then I'm going to get 2 of these Cliff Blocks energy chews just to change the palate up a little bit. And then I'll be sipping on water, electrolytes, refilling that every time it is empty. And a little bit of caffeine throughout. So I'm not going to finish this right now. This is just to get me to go to the bathroom. Bagel's finished. The pre-run carb sodium drink is finished. And then Cliff Bar is halfway done. I struggle eating a lot before big runs or races. I don't know why. But let's get into the car. Coming into this, I am a little sore. I did Pilates yesterday for the first time in a while. Hip flexors are sore, core is sore. And my knee just feels like a little just like fatigued almost. Like just feels not in pain, but it's like this run's gonna be a gritty run. I'm gonna add a huge hill involved as well because it's right off the trail. Just add some elevation, but yeah. We have a wedding tonight, so that's why I'm doing my long run on Friday. I don't want to do it when I have, in the off chance that I get bad sleep tonight, although I don't plan on drinking too much. I never really want to follow up a bad night of drinking and sleeping with a long run because that just promotes injuries and you're just dehydrated as it is. And I've had my fair share of dehydration after 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to do that again, which is why we are doing this today. And although my body's not anywhere near 100% right now in terms of capacity-wise, we're going to do it. We're going to get it done, and we're going to chip away. Because that's all you got to do in ultramarathon is chip away and not focus on that end goal. Focus on the mile you are at, the place you are at. Because if you get too caught up in how much you got left, you're going to go crazy. I got to be honest. I'm sore. Like, I don't want to do this right now. I don't, but we're going to. We're going to do it. It's going to get done. And by the time this video is over, I'm going to run 25 miles. Consistency is never praised. That's the thing we notice. It's really the result that gets praised. I think the way you stay consistent is you praising your own consistency because others won't do that because they're not here to do that. Nobody's going to clap when you have a great workout in. Nobody's going to clap when you finish the 5-mile run. But those little runs, those little workouts is what gets to that big goal. So the only person that knows that is you. And the only person that knows how you feel when you're about to do it is you. So these runs where I don't want to do anything are going to weigh a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit of a thicker block that is stacked in this house that I am building leading up to Leadville. And so, let's get on the trail. I just took you a loop around what my trail looks like. You can notice that I went off onto this big hill and came right back down. That's how I'm gonna add some elevation to this route. It's right off the trail, so it works out perfect. But something so cool just happened. I'm in the parking lot by my car, just getting a sip of my energy drink, and I see this, I'm the only one in the parking lot, and I see this bike approaching me. And he goes, "Matt." And I'm like, no way. Name is Dylan. Noticed me, saw my story. I was on the same route that he was biking. He came up to me, he's like, "Yo, love your stuff, man, love what you do." He's like, "I saw that you were here." He's like, "I had to pull up." Meanwhile, he's training for an Ironman mid-route on his bike. Like, didn't have to do that at all. And it's little things like that that really make your day. You know, it's confirmation that you are doing the right thing. It's just so crazy. Like, in what world, in what day and age am I getting noticed on a trail a few blocks away from my house? You know, it's so insane, but it really just takes me back every time. It makes me think, like, how grateful I am for doing that one thing that scared the hell out of me, and that was clicking the post button. And in the beginning, it was more so posting.
and content. And now I've noticed it's not that, it's documenting. And I think if you have a journey to document, people are gonna follow. If you talk about what you do to anybody in person, they are following your journey. Whether it's a physical follower on Instagram, or the second you tell them what you're doing, it is now in their head. Dylan, the guy that came up to me, I'm sure he's told people he's doing an Ironman, and those people he's told, they're followers now. Because they're like, I gotta see if he's gonna do this. We're like, hey Dylan, I'm rooting for you. It's like, people are always watching, is what I'm getting at. And it's moments like that that really give me a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. My backbone is strong. And Dylan, if you're watching this, if I don't see you again, I hope you crush the Ironman in September. I hope you crush the triathlon you got tomorrow. And you made my day, brother, so appreciate you. 6 miles in, have had one gel. I've had some water, some electrolytes. It's getting a little humid. Going up the hill right now. We'll check back in at mile 10, 11, we'll see. Look how cute this is. You see the little babies? Oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, 11 and a half in. We're kind of in it right now. We're gonna push, we're not even halfway, and I'm reminding myself of that to then come back to keep chipping away. So I made a video on this on my TikTok talking about nasal breathing, and I've talked about this in a previous episode. You should always be nasal breathing on easy efforts throughout the day, anytime you can when you sleep. The reason being, your nasal cavities, your passageway, your airway, your nasal airway, your nose is significantly less, I guess, surface area than your mouth. I can intake a lot more oxygen breathing in than I can. The reason why we want to breathe through the nose is to build up CO2 tolerance. What is CO2? CO2 is what our body exhales. The ability to tolerate your CO2 comes from nasal breathing or breath holds. And in response, your body then delivers more oxygen or releases more oxygen throughout your body, to your blood, through your blood, everything. And that's just from nasal breathing. And so when you are practicing your easy runs and you're doing all nasal breathing, you're slowly conditioning your body to tolerate more CO2, to be better conditioned cardiovascularly. And this is a slow process, a slow burn process. Running your zone 2 runs, if you're unable to breathe through your nose, just your nose, 1, you got a deviated septum or you're sick. 2, you're pushing too hard. And that's a clear indicator that you are pushing too hard or you're going up severe incline, whatever it is. Like, there's obviously factors. But use that as an indicator. 13 miles in. I'm changing shoes. We're going to the Mafati X's. They got a forked carbon plate in it. I need a little bit of support. Probably not a good idea running in brand new shoes, but I've conditioned my legs enough and my feet enough to be okay with it. But I'm not doing the best right now, so we are going to adjust and keep chipping away. You got to be smart in the training. Proper training means the ego aside, knowing where that fine line is between pushing through discomfort and pushing to injury. I think that's the hardest part. You got to juggle before you actually get hurt. Most people who know how to juggle that balance are ones that have gotten hurt, unfortunately, because then you know how much it is or how it feels to push too hard. I have done that plenty of times, and I know my limits for injuries. I know what it feels like to push to herniate my disc. I know what it feels like to get close to it every single run for the rest of that prep. And all that comes back to putting the ego aside. If you can't do that, you're not gonna like prep, and race day is not gonna treat you well. Huge difference in feel. These shoes feel great. Just under 17 in, at about 9 to go. It's humid, I'm dizzy, I'm hot. My mom's right behind me. I needed to refuel, I got no water. Not doing good right now. Not doing good, but we got 2.5 miles left. I'm gonna drop the pack, hold the water, and just figure it out. Hi. 26.2 miles done. I'm gonna gather myself for a second. I'm not feeling too good. All right, can I place an order to pick up?
Sure, what kind of food?
Could I do a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on a plain bagel with salt, pepper, ketchup?
Okay.
And that is it.
Your name, please?
Matt.
Matt?
Yes.
Okay, I see it already.
Thank you. My legs just were not having it. And there's factors you got to, I can sit here and sulk about how I just ran a marathon on the trail and I have to do that, 4 more times, at 10,000 feet above sea level. How am I going to do that? But there's realistic factors where my body's nowhere near 100% coming into this run. I didn't feel good. My knees were already banged up. I was already sore. I didn't sleep well. I didn't have proper nutrition earlier today because I should have woken up a lot earlier and get a bigger meal in, like pancakes or something. There's factors I can do or I can throw in. And then truthfully, it's just not my day. It's just a little humid. It's just not my day. My body could perform a lot better next week compared to this week. It just really just depends. And I'm not gonna, I can't sit here and sulk about it. But it's the truth of the matter. Could have been a lot better run. Could have. Maybe I should have ran slower. Okay, it's one day later. I know I left off saying my chest was feeling a little weird. Yeah, it got worse. It's hard to explain. Sometimes after I run, I can't take a full inhale because it feels like something up here is stopping. It's not asthma. I have asthma. It's not tightness. It's not asthma. It's not like mucus. Like, I know what all those things feel like. I don't know what this is though. I was a little dizzy, just a few things that just raising eyebrows again, especially just after being in the hospital last week. So gonna get more blood work done, see if things are leveled out again. But here's what the run looks like. Also, if anybody else experiences the same thing too, where like you try to breathe up in your chest more rather than your belly, and like it just feels like something stops it up top. Like it just gets not tight because tight is asthma, but it gets up, and then it's like I can't get any more. It's like it's very weird. I don't even know. I don't know. I can't explain it. But that run, 26 miles, so marathon, 9:19 average pace. Now the thing is, again, 4-hour activity time, but there was a 5-hour total time. So, we were out there for 5 hours. It got very humid. I didn't eat enough the night before. I did. The morning of, you need to wake up earlier. I need to wake up earlier for these runs. And I'm learning. I'm learning. As much as I've done, I'm still learning. I'm happy with the effort. I'm happy with the climb, but it's the one thing I'm very happy about with this is my bounce back. I had to go to a wedding, was on my feet all night in tight clothes. It just wasn't the best scenario, but got 8.5 hours of sleep, which is a lot for me. I'm usually around 7 to 7.5. And I woke up feeling amazing, and I did 5 miles on the treadmill, and I felt so good. My pace was like an 8:15, or 8:30. And so that is
ultra prep, the ability to bounce back like that. Running a marathon in the past used to sideline me for a while, and now I'm doing it running for 5 hours and still running 5 miles the next day at a fast pace. So I'm a little sore. Ankles are a little sore. That's just what happens when you're on trails for that long, because your landing platform is changing every single step. But I'm very happy with the effort. It sucked, and those sucky runs are the ones you have to push through. Because if the only person that knows when you peel back, when you say no, when you slow down, when you listen to that voice in your head to keep you safe, is you. And the more you feed into that in your training prep, the more it's going to come race day. Like, this is the part that I don't understand with a lot of people. You think you could just turn it on race day. And what I mean by that is you are like, it's raining outside, I'm going to cut it. It's not my day today. My knees bother me a little bit. Now, I'm not saying push through injury, but when you feed into all these little things that you have the absolute right to feed into but choose not to, that is what makes your race. And the more you say no to that in your training prep, the more you're going to say no race day. When I toe the starting line, I am never the most physically fit. I'm never the fastest. I'm never the best runner there. But I can promise you, mentally, there's things that I have that others don't. Just like how people have more than me or less than me, whatever it is. But it comes from the training. And that's why I train alone. That's why I train by myself. That's why I train in hard conditions, to make it harder mentally. Because that's what is going to allow your body to continue or slow down. Your body will tap out eventually. It will tap out in a race. And the ability to keep going is not your body, but it's more so your mind convincing your body that you do have more, because your body does have more. But the mind is the first thing to protect you. The mind is meant to protect you. There's a governor in your brain where you feel that the body doesn't know what's going on. It just feels impulses. So it's like, oh, my knee hurts. My knee's hurting. This is hurting. It's hot. Stop. And they're just telling you to stop, to slow down. And the ability to push past that, you get into this oasis of what is possible. And that is what I've gone from my Ironman, from last man standing up every damn lap where everything in my body told me not to, and onward into these runs. Yesterday's run sucked. It hurt. That was a hard run. But I'm so happy I pushed it, and I'm so happy I did. My friend Brendan slid up on my story. He goes, when you're 70 miles into Leadville, you're going to really appreciate that you finished this run. I'm like, you're absolutely right. And so your race is made up in the prep. Your race isn't made up what you do race day. You can't turn it on race day. It doesn't happen like that. It comes from saying no during these harder runs, during these harder workouts where everything in your body is telling you to just slow down, to stop, to take it easy. That governor is screaming to you, but you're going on the opposite side of it, saying, no, I got more. I can do more. And sometimes you have to vocalize it. Sometimes you just tell yourself it. Sometimes you got to listen to music, whatever it is. Find whatever gives you that little edge to just go. Tomorrow, we have a Father's Day 5K. My girlfriend, Elizabeth, is going for a 5K PR. She hasn't really been running much, but we're going to try to go for it. We're going to try to shoot for low 21s, so it's around a 6:45, 6:50 pace. And that'll cap off my 70-mile week. And 70 miles is a lot. I'm very happy with the effort this week. I got to find a sweet spot. I don't think I'm going to be able to build to a 100-mile a week. I have to see how my body is responding. My IT band is bothering me a little bit. It's in the early stages, so I got to get on it right away. But I'm happy. Every week it's a struggle to check off. These aren't easy weeks. And we have 10 weeks left before running one of the hardest 100-mile races in the country. And it's not going to get done by just checking these things off. It's going to get done by checking it off and doing more than you need to do, doing more than what's required. And that comes from those hard runs. With that being said, if you watched to this point, seriously, I appreciate you guys. Whoever is watching up to this point, I know I've been rambling a lot this video, but sometimes it just flows. Again, I don't have an idea when I come into these videos. I just go. And this is more so documentation of my raw thoughts, and so you guys can get a little bit more in depth of what it's like to do these things that I'm doing, but how I also got to this point. It wasn't gifted physically, because I promise you I'm not gifted physically. My mind just has allowed me to show me the gifts that are tucked away inside, to bring them out. And I think everybody can do that with just a little bit of push, a little bit of guide in the right direction, or somebody even just talking to a camera like this. So if you did make it this far, throw a thumbs up on the video. It really does mean a lot. Throw a comment, shoot me a DM. But that is the Leadville 100 prep. I will see you guys in the next episode.